Batman, Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice issue 4, Andy Diggle and Rob Williams with Leonardo Fernandez on the art. This was pleasant. You know, I mean, I don't think this is a great book necessarily, but it's a fun enough time. This issue is mostly them fighting Zod and getting their asses kicked by him. I mean, Superman does try and like reason with them first, and Zod just blasts him with nuclear heat vision. So he's learned his lesson, I guess. The Zod's not to be trifled with. Nope. Yeah, they all get beat up pretty much. I mean, and then there's a subplot with Constantine convincing the B Squad, and that B Squad being Cyborg, Jay, and Julia to come in, and you know, it's mostly fun. Like, I think, you know, because these characters haven't had a chance to have a big fight yet, this felt a little bit more interesting than like characters who we always see having big fights. You know,
yeah.
So you know, that is what it is. I mean. Martian Manhunter gets hurt pretty bad. I mean, hell, Adam Strange gets shot by Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor pulls like he's acting like a dick, and then Adam Strange just gets up and says, "Hey, let's just have a fight then. Come on, let's get on." He rolls up his sleeves and Lex just pulls out a gun. This isn't even the same as Indiana Jones. This is like you know,
this is even more underhanded than that.
Yeah, this is villainous.
Yes. Where Adam Strange's like, let's put up the Dukes, the old Marquis of Queensberry rules, and Lex pulls one of those small pistols, like a Derringer, out of the slide, out of his wrist, and just shoots him. And you're just like, oh, okay, you know, which I thought that was quite funny, and shows what kind of character Lex is.
Yeah, a big notable bit here is that Batman eventually grabs that kryptonite core out the back of Zod's suit. And Zod gets really pissed about that. Batman does hold up a gun to it, so I mean he's fine pointing a gun at an inanimate object, but Zod's like, you don't understand what that is. You don't understand what you're doing. And then when he ends up grabbing Batman, Superman finally comes back because Superman's been out of it since he got blasted. He's missed most of the fight, but he comes back in and says, "Leave my friend alone," which feels like a big deal given that they're still pretty new to each other. But of course, it turns out that Zod's protected by the kryptonite with his big suit that he's wearing. So when Superman picks it up, he just immediately starts to look like shit and like feel like shit. So he kind of starts to but then the B Squad show up. Constantine teleports them in. They zap him with a bunch of stuff. You know, Jay's running around, and they win. They knock him down. However, someone, I think. We find out later actually it's Lex, but I was trying to look at the hand there because I think in the moment I was thinking, did Constantine swipe this amulet from Zod? But no, it was actually Lex. Because the end of the issue is Lex with Adam Strange, who's bleeding out. He's teleported them with the amulet to Alaska. And brings up whatever the version of the Fortress of Solitude is here, which looks like a big just block.
It looks like an inverted pyramid.
Oh yeah, I can kind of see that actually.
So it's coming up,
up through the ice.
Know, and that he's like, after all, you know as well as I that sometimes we men of learning must require a certain solitude. And again, just pitch perfect writing for this. This was fun. This was a nice.
It's all right.
I appreciate how quick of a read, even though it's how many pages. It's a pretty good size, but it's a quick read because it's mostly a fight. You know, and I like seeing Zod just tear through these guys because again, this isn't the Justice League that we know. They barely know each other, you know. So he just tears through them, and then we get that good moment with Superman of "Leave my friend alone," because it shows that he is this wholesome dude in the middle of the country. So, honestly, them caring about each other is the highlight because also Alan gets really pissed when Jean gets knocked down, and he starts going full assault with his powers. So. That's the stuff that sticks out more than anything to me, and then Zod being a formidable foe. But obviously, once they do get rid of the suit and the kryptonite's next to him, he does shrivel up, he does get weak, and he's like, "Oh, minion Lex, where are you? Help me!" But Lex has stole the amulet. He's pissed off. So this was what, issue 4? So we got 2 left. So yeah, I guess Lex is still the real big bad because he's gained control, he's gained power, now he's got the access to the fortress, and who knows what Kryptonian crap's in there for him to use. Yeah, and they make a really point that Zod, when Clark tackles him, It's like, oh, maybe you are Kryptonian. So there's this whole dark edge of this Kryptonian, conquering still. So like whatever's under there is probably not good, for him to be bringing up. So stakes are definitely raised. But yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the sort of thing where like the first couple issues of the first half of this were surprisingly great, and I think over time it's kind of settled into just it's all right. It's just a good fun time. I do think that if this was an ongoing, I don't know if I'd be like that committed to it, but knowing there's only 2 more left, I'm like, yeah, I'll see this to the end and see how it wraps up. But it's not quite as special as it felt when it first started. I will say that it does feel a bit more just kind of like, yeah, it's an all right little Elseworldsy type story, and take it from there.
I like this world. If we touch back on here every so often, like we did with Deceased, I think that's okay. It's special here and there.
I think part of it's just because it's felt a bit more generic the more it's gotten towards all the characters being there. Like it's almost like it rushed to get all the characters introduced too quickly, where back when it was just following Batman, Wonder Woman, and like one other character, it was like, oh, this feels a bit more like a mysteries building and we're revealing things at a nice pace. Whereas this just feels like, oh, it's just a comic book fight. And there's some fun bits in here, but it's not as special as it once was. So take that for what you will. Art is is what it's been, which is solid, but not necessarily ever going to win Art of the Week, unless it's a pretty mediocre week, I guess. But
well, in any week with Dan Sherman and Skylar Patridge, is it going to be one of those weeks?
Dan, can Hayden be shortened to Dan?
Hayden, I'm sorry. Where did Dan Sherman? Where'd that come from? I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, Hayden Sherman.
That's me.
There we go.
What are you rating Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice?
I'm gonna give this a solid 7.
Yeah, I'll go 6.5. I'll go 6. I think it's just slightly under just outright good, but it's just decent. It's a fine read. It's it is what it is.